So what we're going to do is a little unboxing of the new Fantastic Analogue 3D and see how that goes. So little top-down view here, and I have not scaled it up. There we go. Is having some OBS problems ahead of this, so that's part of the issue here that took me a bit, but hopefully it will go semi-smoothly. I should have set up a lot of this stuff way ahead of time, and I did not, because I did not think it would take that long, and I was so wrong. Okay, so here is the new Analogue 3D box, and I'll get my keyboard cable kind of out of the way here so you can see it. This is going to be very similar to the Analogue 3D that we've already shown in several previous videos. So this is the plain white Analogue 3D, and again, it's a replacement, well, not replacement, but it is a alternative N64. I've been referring to it as something like an N64 Pro, and showing off how the overclock affects games and things like that. So I wanted to show off the new colors because while I do like this white version, it matches the analog pocket that I have, and I still think it looks really nice. I did jump at the chance to try to get one of the colored versions of these. So I can unplug some of these things. Here's the N64 that a friend of mine sold to me after my old N64 broke. And then I've used this pretty much ever since. I really like the color. I never had an N64 as a kid or a Fantastic N64, but I really like the color of this one. So when the Analogue 3D announced that shortly after they shipped, and I'd been playing with my Analogue 3D white version, they announced that new colors were coming out. I know that this made a lot of people very upset. And I'm only laughing because I'm on the fence about it. They definitely could have at any point said, hey, you pre-ordered a white version. We're planning on coming out with another version shortly after. Would you like to change your pre-order to one of the fun colored versions? And I feel like almost everyone would have said, yeah, I want the Fantastic ones. But they didn't. And that's something they've done quite a few times with like the analog pocket and everything. But normally it's been a delay. They've maybe a couple months later, years later, something like that, probably not years, year later, they've come out with different variations of those colors. But for this, they said, hey, yours shipped to you in, I believe, early or late September, early December. And I can't remember the actual day that I got it now. I think it was late December, or sorry, early December, late November is when that landed. And shipped to me. A lot of people, as far as I've seen online, are still waiting on theirs to arrive. Their original version they ordered about a year ago. It was a pre-order, and then right after, it is what, December 15th. So I had managed to get a pre-order in for the new Fantastic version, and it ships here, and that's all arrived while some people still haven't received their original console. So that's not the best. This may be a heavy case. Actually, I know it is. This is a heavy case of FOMO of what they're implying here. But I was still excited to get this, and I at least tried to see if I could pre-order it, and I could, and I was very excited, and I ordered it. And then we'll see if I have second thoughts about that, because I still need to figure out if one of my friends wants this one and is really interested in playing their N64 games, because I would rather have the Fantastic colored version, but I think a lot of people would. And as far as I've seen, these white and black variations are still available on their store and not sold out, but all the Fantastic versions are. So I feel very lucky and also conflicted. So here we go. This is the Fantastic version of the Analogue 3D. And here's the white version for looks on the side here. And let's do a comparison. This is it versus the original N64. I feel like it's pretty close. The color grading on this top-down camera I have may not be the most incredible, but it should still show it decently, I hope. Let's pull it out here. The packing looks extremely similar to what we had before with the plain Analogue 3D white version. It's that fun see-through color. It even has a matching memory card. It's a little off-colored because it's not see-through, but it still matches pretty well. We even have the rubber giant foot on the bottom that also shows that. And yeah, it is just a different color scheme version of this. Is this even? Oh yeah, even the plastic in there is also matching. I don't know if that's supposed to be a separate piece or anything. But yeah, it looks pretty close, especially in person. It maybe looks a little more hazy on the N64 original, but it's still pretty close to the colors that are in there. I guess I can also zoom out this camera a little bit. You can see more of a messy desk, which you'll at least be able to see. Come on, there we go. More of this. So yeah, there are the two kind of side by side there. And let's set the real N64 away for just a second. And zoom a little bit back into this box here. So same as with the white version that came in the box, it came with this little plastic shroud at the bottom, which I assume is to prevent it from getting all scratched up against the black cardboard here. I figured that was the case for the white console because even the cables in here also got a little scratched up when, or like the color faded on them. They got some of the black cardboard marks on them from transport. So I assume this was to protect just the white variation, but it looks like it's on all of them. So I guess that's good. We also have, I believe this is just like a little QR code and sticker. Yeah, stickers and the QR code for quick start that basically shows your little manual in there. So nothing much in the way of manuals in here, which is a little, against the N64. They had big manuals in the box. You also get these two little foam cartridge cleaners. Seems like a Mr. Clean magic eraser kind of thing for your cartridges, but I think most of mine are clean, so hopefully that's the case. And then we also have, I was kind of surprised by this, they have color matched all the charging pucks and the cables in here. So it comes with basically the two cables you need to get started. Some silica gel. You have your USB-C to C and then your HDMI cable for plugging everything in. This still has all the warnings in the box. It's honestly a little surprising to me that they did not delay these a little bit more, because all of these said on their site that they were supposed to ship to you by Christmas Day, that you would get it before that day. So it is very surprising to me that they got these out so fast. All these color, like it seemed like everything was just sitting in the factory ready to go. Little odd for people who've been waiting so long for the color variations to come up so quickly after, or some people even received theirs. But I gotta admit, it's a nice color. It looks nice. It's exciting to see the Fantastic colors in here. I don't know if their business practices are gonna make any friends of anyone buying consoles from them, but you know what? It's still a nice console, unless this has a major change from the other one, which it shouldn't. I've still really enjoyed my time with the Analog 3D, and now I will have one that matches the original N64 much better, which does nothing for anyone but me personally looking at them side by side and saying that looks cool. So yeah, let's cut away, and I will get some gameplay ready. This. I guess I don't have to cut away. I can stay on this top-down view. Give me a second to plug everything in and get it connected. What I am going to try to do, and we'll see if this works, is since I have this Analog 3 that's already got the latest updates on it, I assume I can just put this into the new console and it will update it and also bring all my little album artwork over with me. So we'll see if that's the case. Seems like the original hardware mode is not like the best on this. I guess we could switch this back and forth, but I don't know that that has the benefit either. But we'll still compare it and just see what the difference in the performance is, just to show what that is. Because I don't, again, it seems like my cards are not wanting to play nice enough to actually do that comparison live. If I just replug and unplug this cable, will this work enough to do it? To show you what the differences are? We'll see. Will that connect? There we go. Okay, let's do this then. So we're turning over a new leaf here. I'm gonna try to get y'all some actual footage. I'm so sorry that this has been such a mess. I did not intend for it to go this way. I thought things were working and then they weren't. But let's show some games so that this isn't a total waste. Let's see. Old Dick School says, I just started playing Turok 2 Remaster on PC. Just for giggles, popped the N64 Kart. Man, that was super hard to go back to. Yeah, when I played through Turok 2, it was the N64, like it was the remake and not the N64 version, because I also found that very, very hard to go back to. So I agree with you there. The ones where they're like actually spending time to like remake the game are a huge difference. So Roadster, let's just do all the default. Okay, quick race. That makes more sense, huh? We'll just do slim. We'll just mash through here. Okay. And again, this is on real N64 hardware. The Retro Tank is upscaling this for us. The footage is a little dark. I guess I could adjust that a little bit for you. Let me see. Because I just want to see how big of a performance gap we get. If it is true that the analog 3D, and it seems to be true, I don't want to say it like that. It seems to be that the analog 3D color correction. Let's just do sRGB. Hopefully that's decent enough. That might just be my monitor. I want to compare this against real N64 just so we can see how much of an improvement it is on here. Because if the analog 3D is making things look slower, then I don't want that to be the like impression that's given of like, wow, this runs stuff so much better, if it really isn't. If it's making the comparison look better because of some issue with the actual Force original hardware mode that's on there. It probably makes sense because of that why it's on auto out of the box and just applies one by default. I mean, the overclock seems to be a big benefit of this console. So let's just see how bad or good these games feel on a little original hardware and then kind of go from there. Hopefully that isn't, this looks extremely dark when I'm playing it on the monitor here. So this may just be a very dark game. But we'll just see. But yeah, so far this Roadsters doesn't feel very bad. It feels actually like pretty quick to play. There's a little, what feels like a little stutteriness as I go around corners and stuff here. Just like a little hang, but it feels pretty good to me. I also like the reflections on the windshield. Those look kind of fun and cartoony. Like they don't look accurate in any way, shape, or form, but they look fun and come across well in here. And yeah, this is another game. I have a stack of games that are new. These were all a gift, and I'm very excited to have more N64 games and to demo them on here. One I definitely want to get to today is Hey You, Pikachu. I also received as a gift. These are all from my father. He sent them over, and I'm very excited for them. And one of the things was a Hey You, Pikachu mic. And that was a game I always was interested as a kid. That spin out was actually pretty cool and smooth. It didn't look awful. And I remember friends talking about it and being like, it's cool, but Pikachu doesn't listen to me. And so I just want to see what Pikachu does. I've never seen anything past that in it. And have I broken my car? I seem to be stuck. Oh, sorry, I have to hold Z and then A. Okay, there we go. But yeah, I don't remember. This might have been like a, I don't know, anytime I think of a racing game, I feel like it was probably a recommendation from the Metal Jesus Rocks channel, that might have been one that was recommended over there. And I don't know where I would have heard of Roadsters outside of some other YouTuber talking about it, because I never saw this as a kid and never heard of it. But it does seem like a pretty fun racing game, even though I'm terrible at it. And we are on 2 laps, so let's just go ahead. Let's swap over. We're just going to do this so basic this time. I'm just going to replug this cable over and over. Okay, so now we are plugged into the Analog 3D. Does the Analog do anything weird when I hot swap this cable, or is it just going to be cool with this? It seems like it might not be cool with it, because it's not displaying the video out. Let's see, and the things I didn't catch up on. Let's see, Warhawk Gamer said supposedly even the N64 hacked games run decent with the overclocked mode. Yeah, I've mainly only done the Diddy Kong Racing hacked version so far, but it ran extremely well. I was very impressed with it. I had no issues with that, and I am excited to play more of it. It seems to have shut off the Analog 3D when we unplugged the HDMI, or I did something along the way that also messed it up. But let's look at Roadsters on the Analog 3D, and let me put in this little corner to say that we're going to go overclocked, because we're going to be here, and I'm going to go ahead and change this text to say N64 Original. Is that going to run off screen? Nope, that stays. Okay, cool. So now we're going to go to Overclocked Unleashed. And I'm going to use the real controller, because that would be the best way to compare, wouldn't it? That would be smart of me to do. And Unleashed Overclock mode. And go in here and look at this. Let's see. Yeah, I do want to play more of those hacked N64 games. I just haven't been able to get a few, like, I haven't been able to get them working super well as far as I've tried. Let's see, Quick Race. Let's do the same Mr. Slim that we were before. Oh, no, and we wanted all this default stuff. Okay, maybe I can't do default. Maybe that had a save on it. Where do we think we were in that first race? Tudor Village, maybe? Maybe we have to pick a different person.
Sexy, baby.
Okay. I have no. Okay, we were definitely wet weather, and I'm gonna say we were maybe oil fields. We seemed like we were in a city. Let's just see if this works. The car is definitely like the spinning of the car in that menu felt smoother to me. This does not seem like it's the same area as before. It's definitely smooth. Does it feel that much smoother? Yeah, it feels a little smoother. But the other version was still extremely playable. Like, this does not feel that far removed from what we were just playing. And it was decently fast and controlled well over there, so this one just seems like it's good either way. Maybe when you get on some later levels, if there's more stuff on the courses, it would have a little issue. And it definitely seems like when you go around some of these corners, there isn't as much of like little hiccups and everything, as we're kind of revealing a whole new area. Yeah, it definitely comes across smoother. But this one seems like, hey, it smooths stuff out. This is not a night and day difference in Roadsters, as far as I can tell. I still do like all the rain effects, even though they aren't doing much other than doing this. They like are coming in at an angle. You can see them. It doesn't seem like it's just a texture that comes down. It seems like the drops get bigger as you're closer to them and smaller as you move away. They seem kind of centered in the world, so that's a nice effect at least. Okay, come on, let me do this. I do like the water sprays up from the tires too when you're in this mode, and that felt like a little slowdown there, but maybe that was just an effect of me bumping with the other cars in here. The reflection on the windshield is still fun, even though it's not accurate at all. It's just a fun effect on here. Okay, don't spin out. Okay, So that seems to be Roadsters, and since I'm so far behind because I spent so much time debugging this, let's move on to a different one on here. If anybody else has something to throw out, let me know, and I can put some of that stuff in. I have a big list here, and I wanted to try these newer games I got, so hopefully we can do some stuff there. Let's see. Oh, speaking of the hacked N64 games, I did load up a Mario 64 60 FPS widescreen hack. I couldn't get the 60 FPS Mario to work in the past, but maybe it'll work today. We'll see. Old X Cool says, also with PC hardware prices getting really stupid, FPGA might become the cheaper alternative to emulating on a PC. Yeah, I wondered. I still... Like, people are running stuff off Raspberry Pis all the time, so I wonder how the FPGA stuff was never super cheap, but maybe with the PC prices raising, it will seem more of a deal. But I do wonder, like, yeah, if people were already doing this on Raspberry Pis, do they really need that? I would just love to, like, I like the idea of FPGA being able to plug in all my real stuff and it working out of the box. That is obviously not the case 100% of the time, but I like the idea of it. Let's see. Abnero Rodriguez says, just got mine. I got the watermelon one and it's awesome. Oh, good for you. I'm glad you managed to snag one of the color ones and in the color you liked, I'm assuming. Yeah, I'm really impressed with the colors of this. It looks really cool, and I just like the transparent consoles. Those are neat. What are you playing on it? What have you tried out so far? Definitely let me know. Warhawk Gamers, give it a couple months and the system will probably be modded to play older Nintendo games. Yeah, I could definitely see that. It seems like that would be a benefit to this console, but as far as I understood it, it's kind of the FPGA maker that secretly releases a jailbreak, or maybe the community has done something in the past. I always thought it was like a hush-hush under the table thing. So I wonder if there are things to apply to Analog 3D that are basic features, will they be doing that first? It seems like they would be working on the extra features and then they would work on either community focused things or the community would open it up. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with this. Let's see. Warhawk Gamer said, is the stuttering the game that's happening? I don't know when you sent that one. I would assume if it was stuttering when we were playing on the N64, that would be the N64, but my stream house says that it's excellent according to YouTube, so I hope that's right. But if it keeps happening, let me know, and we'll check out some other stuff with it, see if we can do something. Okay, another one we have is Twisted Edge. I wanted to see what the snowboarding game was like, so let's pull Roadsters out. Let me send this back to the main menu. One nice thing about the Analog 3D controller is the fact that it has all the hotkeys on it and everything. It takes a little extra work to do it out of the other one, but when you're driving on the Analog 3D, there's hiccups. I didn't notice anything on my end. I would assume that's something with my stream that is messing up. And Gilby Nova said, I think it's the game hitching while loading in the next part of the track. And Warhawk Gamer said, like slowdowns. There are definitely still slowdowns in it. Like, it isn't perfectly smooth. It felt a lot smoother. But let's try the snowboarding game and see if... I'll mention if I feel anything when we're booting this one up, and then we can see if that's... I hope it's not the stream, but we'll see. I've been having a litany of issues, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's another one of them. Okay, let me switch this cable over. And let's see how fast it picks up on this. Okay, that was actually pretty fast. So I have switched back over, and let me change this text in the top. This is the Original N64. Should I change the order of those words? Does that not make sense the way I said that? Original N64. There we go. Okay, so let's try Twisted Edge. On the original N64. Insufficient free pages, that's okay, I don't need to save on this. I like that, I like this intro credit scene, this is very fun. That is just smashing into the snow over and over again. Okay. Let's just do a competition. I have no idea how to play this game, but I always love a good snowboarding game. We'll just pick the basic character. Let's see. Old X Cool says, I don't recall Roadsters hitching like that. I can plug it in really quick. Like, if it was that noticeable of a hitch, I think I would have said something. That makes me feel like there's an issue with the stream quality that's causing that. But do I see drops on this? It does show that I've had 169 dropped frames, 0.1%. I guess I'll keep an eye on that while we play this to see. So I'm starting this with 169 drop frames. Why is it dropping now of all things, all times? Wow, this is very SSX looking, at least with the starter. But actually, that's just how you start these things, right? These snowboarding things. Okay. Okay, I can change my cameras. Warhog Gamer says you would notice it. So that, yeah, that must have been the stream dropping there. Hopefully that does not continue. What I don't see while I'm doing this, there doesn't seem to be any button to like crouch while I'm going in here, which is very surprising to me, mainly because I'm just used to Tony Hawk and SSX and all these others where you kind of crouch as you tap A and you were airborne. Oh, there we go. Okay, I can hold the right trigger and do some tricks. This feels pretty smooth in here. I also see no more drop frames so far, so if it's still hitching, let me know if it's hitched any in the snowboarding game for y'all. Sorry, Twisted Edge, to see if that's happening. But this seems pretty smooth on real hardware. The little effect of the snow of me going on there, even though it seems like it's just one texture warping side to side, that looks pretty fun. Oh, and I can just smash into people. Okay, I'll try to do a little better next time. Let's see if we can do one more race and then we'll switch over to real hardware. The movement feels like a little sluggish, but I think that's just what it's kind of supposed to show up as. You're moving through the snow. I don't feel so far a like incredible sense of speed in this game. We'll see if that changes on real hardware at all. Old X Cool says, yeah, Roadsters doesn't hitch. There was a hitch there as we were just launching off in the game, but I still see no drop frames. That must have been something else. Have y'all seen any hitches in? It's hitching a little still. In this, really? Okay, let me pause. This time I'm unplugging straight from the console, or from the capture card itself, so hopefully the Analog 3D is not having any concerns about us unplugging HDMI this time. And let me move this down so that we can show that this is now Overclocked Unleashed. There we go. And Overclocked Unleashed, display mode, clean, integer. And the RetroTink 4K that's on the other feed of this should all be set to integer as well, so that's pretty standard for what I set stuff at. Okay. Again, we do not have space because it's the same controller and my same card in here. I bought, I think, 3 of these little memory cards. So you'd think I'd have enough space, but I keep having to swap them around. It is truly retro. Okay. And what we do last? Well, we just did competition, novice.
Yeah, let's ride.
And we just did default here, I think. Okay, yeah, and I don't have the rumble pack.
Three, two, one, go!
It kind of just seems like it's a slow and steady game here.
Palmer air! Nose poke air!
A little better at just coming downhill.
And the earth shakes!
Okay.
180! Oh.
Okay.
Whoa! What a great landing! Way to lose, loser!
Okay. That seems very similar. We're really getting into some games here that are just, hey, it runs a little bit smoother. And like maybe those intro fly-throughs are a little bit faster, but this isn't like a night and day difference at all. I do wonder, do they get a little, like, do you get a boost of speed for doing any tricks? Are they benefiting from that I'm just not? Oh, it's getting icy. The spray from my board changes if it's ice versus snow. That's a nice touch. I should have crashed. I should have crashed from that for sure. Okay, let's see. Does it feel like I get any faster? Not really. It seems like it. Was that a UFO? I missed that the first time. Okay, there we go. My first in here. Let's see. Warhawk Gamer says, I think the 007 and Perfect Dark games are the best examples. I mean, that was something they called out in that first Analog 3D update, was that they were improving performance in the games that are CPU limited, like GoldenEye and 007. So it seems like that's what they're most focusing on. But I was still interested to see if this other stuff got a change. Okay. Let's quit this. try is Winback. Uh-oh. Okay, Winback. Let me plug in the original N64 again. Change this back, original N64, and let's look at, oh, no, need to switch the controller as well. Sorry, what's this called? W. And I believe this is one of those that has the very, very early third-person shooter controls in it that are maybe not the most refined, but are still interesting to see nonetheless. And this is all running off the RetroTinks special mode where it does the, what is it, like DV15 or whatever. It looks like a VGA input, but it's actually being treated differently than a VGA input. And so that comes from S-Video into that VGA input, and then that supposedly gets a cleaner image. That was something I was very excited to see the RetroTink 4K come out with. I'd never heard of such a thing to be able to do, but it is cool that that is a feature that's on here because it gets a really clean image out. That's where all the Bomberman Hero footage I took was from, and I thought it looked and played really, really well. As like the comparisons I've seen, it seemed like that setup into RetroTink 4K is really close to a HDMI modded N64. Obviously, it doesn't get rid of some of the deblur stuff, but it does make like text and UI elements look really, really nice in a way that I did not expect from original hardware. So that's been really useful. I think this image still looks really, really nice out of here. But yeah. Okay, Winback. Story, probably, and we'll just try to get into something that lets us like move around. I don't want to do too many just cutscenes because I don't know if those will show much of a benefit. Old X Cool says, I don't know if you've tested Star Wars Episode 1 Racer yet. I have not. That game became a slideshow in high-res mode, doesn't run too great in low-res, but it's much more playable. Yeah, that was one that I'd seen in kind of the the review footage of this system. That was pretty chuggy as that moved up. Oh, okay. That is not, okay. So A holds me into place. That crouches, Z crouches me. That reloads me. Okay, I finally figured out how to shoot a character. I can crouch down. Wow, this is already a chug. But yes, I'd wanted to try Star Wars Episode 1 Racer just to compare and see what that played like. I believe, unless I'm misremembering my own info, I believe I played through Star Wars Episode 1 Racer on the N64. I don't think I played through it on an emulator or anything, or through any of the various ports. I think that's true. So I still thought it was playable, and you know, I might have been playing in the high-res mode there. I'd honestly have to go back. I didn't win back, I died. But I would like to try it. I just remember seeing a lot of Episode 1 Racer during all the preview coverage of this, or review coverage of this, that it is an interlaced game, so it displays all the artifacts and stuff. So honestly, now that I have the N64 actually hooked up, it'd be nice to compare those, because the RetroTink does a really good job of handling interlaced video, and this currently does not, because it just doesn't have many options for us. So I would like to compare that. Oh, and I did not take that guy out. Okay. This, like, how close was, did people like this game? It actually seems like pretty impressive. A real Metal Gear Solid vibe here, but maybe not the same story. Maybe not as good a story as people expect from Metal Gear Solid. Oh, the camera turns here are pretty rough. If I go behind the back, fine over here, because there's nothing. The second I view more of the level, pretty chunky. This will hopefully be a good comparison. Okay, is anybody out here? No. Oh, people have appeared, and I have to, oh, you have to keep crouch held the whole time. Okay. Oh, not, okay. So there's a way to do a little roll, and I did not. Wait, this is labeled as TNT, right? Can I just blow this up? Perfect. And crouch. It is amazing how many buttons you have to hold to do what seems like a simple movement in this game. Okay, I crouch down. When it locks onto the characters, that feels good. I'm all for that. When it doesn't, it's very, very hard to control. Okay, so I'm gonna pop up and do this. There we go. And crouch back down. Okay, crouch back down. Get behind this. I probably need to get a little closer to take out this person. Oh, I'm holding down so many buttons at once. I just keep forgetting which to like let go of. I feel like I'm just doing a death grip on this thing. I'm interested to see like what does this progress to? Do I need to be doing this like much quicker in the future? Will I be running around and doing this, or is it mainly cover and it's just going to be like stealth taking people out? I mean, it doesn't even seem like I have a silenced weapon right now to be able to deal with these people. Oh, and I completely stop when I'm... So I really need cover, because, hey, they do react, oh, they react to like their individual feet getting hit and everything. I guess Perfect Dark and GoldenEye also cared about where you hit enemies, but still. This isn't a rare game. I have slightly lower expectations sometimes. Okay, I feel like we've seen a decent amount of slowdown. So let me switch over and let's go. We'll reset that back to the main menu. We'll go back to this and I'll see if I can find episode 1 racer while I'm switching these. Was it one of these that I set out? Nope. Okay, I have found episode 1 racer. Warhawk Gamer says, what's your favorite display mode? Right now it's been clean. Especially if I want to ever record anything, it'll pretty much always be clean. I also don't have a, I don't have a good enough, oh wait, this was supposed to be Winback, put that back in. I don't have a good enough any TV in my home to really make use of the CRT modes, or at least I assume I don't. I guess I haven't really tried it yet. I've just heard that, hey, an OLED is really nice for all those different modes, so I would assume that's maybe not going to look as good on mine. I haven't really played with the display modes that much. I play on clean a lot of times, or play on the like crispest version possible, but I think part of that is because I'm used to like thinking I should be recording footage for it. So that's what I mainly messed around with. But what about you? What have you stuck with? What do you like to choose out of those modes? And then Old X School, I think the AI was made stupid on purpose to make up for the bad controls. It didn't seem like the worst controls. It seemed weird. It's definitely odd. But like it all kind of made sense that I would have a button to crouch and a button to take cover and stuff. So I don't know. I'm interested to play more of this and see what this feels like, because it seems a little innovative. I don't really remember seeing a lot of like slowdown in this opening cutscene, but I'm just gonna let it play just for comparison's sake. Was maybe in this scene? Actually, I feel like I do remember some little chunkiness on something with the elevator, but. And then let's check out the gameplay. I'd also be interested to compare on this. Hey, it says I haven't dropped any more frames since the last time we talked about frame drops, so hopefully that's still the case. There'll just be a large chunk of this live stream I have to cut out because of the huge technical problems. Thank you for those still sticking with me here. Appreciate it. Okay, story, and we'll do a few frames of the helicopter just to see, are those blades spinning faster? I don't know. Okay. Okay, come back out here. Oh, is this another thing I can destroy? Oh, destructible environments too? Like you can't take cover for too long because they're broken apart? Kind of cool. And yeah, there was so much chugging slowdown in this opening area. Look at how smooth that is. That's so smooth. There's no chug when I'm in this zone looking ahead at the level. That runs so much better. Okay, now I'm gonna try to pick this up. Oh, no, get me back behind cover. What I don't understand with this game is the times when I'm... Oh, they have like a shotgun? It seems like there are times when I come out of cover, but then maybe I'm holding the wrong selection of buttons. It feels like sometimes when I let go of the like peek out of cover button, there must be some context sensitive things going on, because I'm rolling all over the place and I don't want to be. That explosion was so smooth. But I generally like Z to crouch makes sense. Aiming with the right trigger or like right bumper, R button makes sense to me. A to get into cover, like none of that seems too crazy, but it feels like there's some context to some of these actions that I do not know. But again, I skipped the tutorial. That's on me. Like that time, why did I come out of cover? Is it because I had shot and the A button also gets me out of cover? Then A button is also shoot? Yeah, and if you're not, like the lock-on seems to do okay, but it feels like you need to be aiming a little bit outside of that. Because it does not like fully track. You can't just auto aim and do it there. Okay, and do I have a way to switch weapons? Oh yeah, oh okay. And a shotgun? Okay. This runs so much better. This is like night and day. And look at that, I did a cool little roll out of cover there. And then I shot at the ground. Yeah, this is one that I would be like, never play it there. Play it with the Analog 3D overclocked mode. That's so much smoother. And maybe I wouldn't call this control scheme oh, and I probably need to aim to take this out, right? Maybe I wouldn't call this control scheme innovative. I'd call it unique. A unique control scheme. Okay, let's see, and I do have a better weapon here. Peek and stand up, okay. So aim, stand up, crouch down. Oh, and they took out my cover. Oh. This is plays so much better on the Analog 3D mode, that's for sure. Okay, that's Analog 3D on this. Let's go check out Star Wars Episode 1 Racer and see some of the de-interlacing in action. And I do have in the original N64, I have the expansion pack in there. So we should be in high res mode and be able to do stuff on there. So let's see, quit this back to menu here. Put Episode 1 Racer in that console, in the Analog 3D, and then I'll switch HDMIs. Did I think that the 3+ capture cards I have would be sufficient to let me switch between these two consoles on the fly? Yep. But since that doesn't work, I'm doing this manually, and it seems to be fine. Seems to be working okay. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. And let me just show, where's my remote? So on the Retro Tink, we should be on, yeah, we're bilinear sharp for all this stuff. We're getting it as crisp as possible. We're doing the, oh, I'm doing autofill, disgusting. Autofill integer. So that should be a little crisper for you. Sorry about that. Let's see. The other thing I wanted to show was just the, in advanced settings, we should see, is this processing? No, where's this mode? Oh, de-interlacer. So yeah, we have motion adaptive on, which I believe is the default or the most preferred on the RetroTink 4K, is that it's supposed to be able to handle stuff better than like Weave or Bob or anything. I don't know. I don't know why Bob's not as good or Weave's not as good. I guess I know why Weave's not as good because it looks like a sawtooth comb going through stuff on here. But okay, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. And I need to put up the little thing that says what we're in. Original N64. And let's start this. Okay, expansion pack enhanced, so we're looking good there. I wonder, do I have to, surely I don't have to change anything in the menu, right? There's not even an options on here. Let's just do free play. And we should be able to see, most likely, let me see, let me pull this menu up again. So we are in video source. Am I reading that right? I don't know. Sometimes I get lost in these menus. Does it show it out here? Well, I don't know if I'm seeing it right. Oh, it's at the very bottom there. That's where the thing is. on the menu, mode CP480i. It's down at the very bottom. So we're in 480i, which should be, we're interlaced, we're in the high res mode. And then let me go, sure, I will do this, and we'll just do little Annie. And we'll do Bunta Eve. Are y'all excited by the new game in this series seemingly coming out? I'm very excited, except that I didn't see any detached engines. It seems like they all had connectors in the middle. What is that? Did they advocate for safety in the later races? Okay. So the comparison will be how bad this looks on the analog 3D when we get the interlacing artifacts in there, which is hopefully something they will fix. They've talked about fixing it, and they've talked about going above and beyond to get 480p out of this, which would be incredible to see. But yeah, I believe when I played through this, it was all through the RetroTink 4K. I think I had all that set up at this time in a real N64. So while, yes, there are some performance issues, I don't remember it being that bad. Like, it definitely got choppy at points. There's truth to that, and it wasn't nearly as bad as like when you try to do multiplayer on this, but like unless my memory has completely failed me and I did play through this on the Switch or something, I just don't think that was the case. I'm pretty sure I tried to play it through on original, but we'll leave that for another day for me to figure out and not have me ramble about it today. But yeah, it looks really clean. There is some weirdness, like the characters up top look a little, like the actual letters, the numbers up top, look a little fuzzy and everything. Again, this is all going through the S-video output of original N64, so it's not the cleanest picture. This would be the thing you'd get that would be better out of like a HDMI modded N64 or RGB modded in some way, that you would get sharper, cleaner image out, and then a lot of times you can disable the like blur and everything on there. But we'll hopefully see a slightly better image on the analog 3D in just static elements. It'll be when they're in motion and we're getting not the best deinterlacer, where things will kind of fall apart in there, I think. Okay. Oh, and I'm gonna really mess up my video. Let's see, and it was mentioned here. Let's quit this. Ralph Taylor says N64 was never clean. Yeah, you can just get a cleaner image out of those like HTML mods and with the settings in here. But yeah, it's not ever the cleanest. That's for sure. I guess I don't have that in here. I mean, we can do. We can do this one. This is a later race. And do this because Old X Cool says the beginner races run okay. The later ones are really bad. So we'll just do a comparison here to see what this is like. But oof. Yeah, this will be a good comparison. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. We can squeeze the gap here. And this is just a one-on-one race too, and I'm already losing badly. This is like racers on the N64 where I have such a limited ability to look ahead because the pixels are so chunky. It's where these get really hard to control. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay, try to get through here. And then we'll hop over. See if I can get repaired. I mean, I'm already so far behind that this isn't gonna help me much. Also, through the main game, you're like upgrading your vehicle. I feel like I have none of those upgrades in this, so that is probably also affecting me greatly. Okay, let's chill out a little bit. If we can get to the end of one race, there we go. Nice explosion, so that should show you more slowdown. And there's another big explosion. Come on, I just want to get to the end of this one lap, and then we can compare these. We'll do like one lap of Bunta Eve and then one lap of this. There we go. Just keep it steady. Did anybody play the sequel to this, Racer Revenge? That was one that at least at the time that I played through this last year or something, I didn't know that there was an actual sequel. I thought that was just like a PS2 port of this game, which maybe it is in a lot of capacity, just has a lot of similar courses. I don't really know what all is new in there, but I had no idea that there was a follow-up. I thought that was almost just like another port of it or something. And I've not played much Racer Revenge yet, and I probably need to, so I get the story before Galactic Racer comes out in, is that a next year game? I don't remember what the date was on that one. Oh yeah, PS2 for Racer Revenge. Okay, we've done at least two laps across the two races. So let me switch over. Let's do Analog 3D to compare these. Okay. Switching controllers over. And I'm trying to also stick with the N64 original real controller for all of this, just so I'm also getting a nice comparison there, and I'm not taking anything else into account there. Let's see, Warhawk Gamer says, I'm ready to play Diddy Kong Racing again when mine arrives. What's the difference with the hacked version of the game? The hacked version of the game just brings it up to 60 FPS, or gets it really close to that. Especially when you mess with some of the settings in there, you can get it really close to 60. So it's just, it's a nice thing to have in there. I don't know, I believe it had crashed on the Analog 3D at one point for me, but I haven't been able to recreate it, and I have played a little bit more of it, so I don't know how stable it is. But it does run really, really well, and it is super impressive. But that game still runs well. It's just getting up to 60, something that game was never able to achieve, is really impressive and cool to see. So that's one very cool thing about the hack. Oh, and I need to change this because this is Unleashed. Okay. And I think we let this intro play for a little bit, so I will do the same here, just to make sure it's showing it. Okay. And we will do free play. This probably has better stats. Look, I did, well. definitely played more on here. I really thought, hold on, let me go look. I just want to, for my own sanity, I really thought I played through it on this, but I'm really doubting myself. Okay, let's see. We did Bunta Eve. We'll do this. Yeah, honestly, it runs really smooth. The first level was not that much of a chug originally, and maybe it's because I'm playing on a smaller monitor today than where I was before. Maybe that's part of my problems with all the streaming today. But I'm not noticing the interlacing artifacts as much as I was previously able to see when I was watching, because I guess I haven't booted this one up. When I'd watched videos comparing these, and when I've noticed interlacing on like the, what was it, the Tatooine Starfighter, it was super apparent in that. And honestly, maybe you just, smaller monitors hide some of these artifacts. But the smoothness is really nice so far in this. We'll finish this one lap here, and then we'll go do that other race. But that does really, really play well. This is another thing of like, think how much sharper it'll look when they can get it up to 1080p and just cut out some of those weaved interlace artifacts. That'd be really, really cool to see. Odds Extra Cool says it looks unnaturally smooth now. Okay, Executioner will start this race. This is really, really smooth. And with the frame rate being less chunky and sparse, it just feels really fast. Like that sense of speed is so much better. Am I playing better than before? Not really, but it feels really nice. Please don't break an engine before the last time. Like, let's at least make it to that. I've had more practice. I'm kind of learning the level again. Let's stay alive a little longer. Nope. Blew up that engine really quick. Come on, let's get back up to speed. Oh, I forgot I can, like... Come on. Hey, I did crash in these tunnels before, so I guess that's... I'm just the same level of performance in this game as before. Nothing's changed. break these engines again. Okay, we're getting semi-close to the second lap. And then we can try something else. Okay, here's a lap down that's a lot smoother. There's still some chunky parts, but overall that is so much more playable. And I'm sure your input latency is lower just because there's not so much time between each frame as well. You're not kind of swimming through this game, but okay, I need to switch to something else and not keep playing it, but it does play really, really well. Let's see. Old Dick's Cool says, I always made it to like the 4th level of races and just couldn't take the slideshow anymore. Yeah, especially if you're saying it didn't run super well just on the normal mode, and then interlaced adds even more slowdown. That does seem rough. Okay. Let's see. Did I have stuff like on my list of things that I needed to get to? Okay. I'm just trying to think of more good ones that I could compare side by side that would make a difference. I do have some more good ones that I don't know that we did a good comparison on before. I guess I've got a couple of these. So one would be Extreme G, just the original. Let me switch over to N64, which should already be on that mode. So let's take this off, go back to original. Okay. So N64, we will reset back there, and we will go to Extreme G 1. And let's see this, and then let's see, I'll get the other game ready in Analog 3D. I'm really interested to see if Analog puts out an update to talk about the discrepancies on the original Force Original hardware mode on the Analog 3D, because I was really surprised to hear that it runs slower. If anything, I would have thought, hey, it's not dialed in right, so it actually runs a little bit faster and it's kind of inaccurate in that way, but to have it inaccurate in the opposite way of it running slower than the real N64 hardware is very strange to me. That is not at all what I would have expected. Let's just make sure there's no like high res, no, nothing special in here. And then, yeah, let's just start with all the basic stuff. Sure. Fun menu effects in here. I appreciate these. Those look cool. Okay, 4th to qualify. And, oh, it is the trigger to do that. And it looks like I have some laser of some sort. That's a brake. What? Wow, the brake really stops you, huh? Okay. Yep, definitely chunky. You do get surprisingly fast, which is hard to control. This is more similar to Episode 1 Racer than I had initially known, because I think we just played a little bit of Extreme G2 in one stream, but I will be interested to see how the N64 compares. Okay, I've got all this stuff, but I'm so far back here. Oop, 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 oop. Okay. Wow. And you get... Is there a better way to do that? I guess just let off the gas, huh? Or... Oh, man. Because the B button just slams on your brakes. Like it feels like I have to take a while to get back up to speed, and not like I should be using that on a corner unless it's a super tight corner or something. Whoa, okay. I already feel like this is going to be a big improvement on the Analog 3D. What does the weapon on my back do? I don't know. I guess we'll take this exit and see what this looks like. Yeah, some of these long turns especially, you really feel the frame rate chunk up there. Oh, and am I on fire? No idea where another human being is on this track. Okay. Also, a little odd, like, I'm surprised that the arrow is up there. I guess that's to give me a hint of, like, a curve coming up, but it's really hard because you're having to track the arrow's motion. Like, you'll see it, like, really twist to the side to let you know a big turn is coming, but you have to be paying attention to the motion. Like, it can't be something I glance at because I've got to see the whole thing twist around and move, which is very strange. Okay. I feel like we've got a good idea of that one, right? I feel like I understand that performance is choppy. So let's do Extreme G on analog. Okay. And I need to go back to quit this cartridge because I did just rip the cartridge out without changing anything. Wow, it really messed up like the background of this, didn't it? Yeah, look how messed up the display is. Okay, let me turn the analog off and back on again. It did tell me that I should be quitting the cartridges and not just ripping it out, and I just forgot. I didn't realize it like got that messed up with it. Okay, I've hit the switch on the Analog 3D just to give you an impression of how long this thing takes to start up, which is a surprisingly long amount of time. I thought it would be way quicker, especially because the N64 just turns on. It's just there. Okay, let's see. Extreme G, configure, display mode. We want clean, we want integer, we want unleashed, and then change this in the corner to say unleashed. And we're good. And we'll let this cycle through a little bit here. Okay, let's get out of this demo. Let's look at some actual gameplay. Novice, same car. And I have to remember that Z is how I control these cars. I want to hit A so badly, and it's not what you do. And if I can do just a little bit better, it is, yeah, this is much like Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. Like night and day smoothness on how this plays. Does that cause issues with later races where you're just going too fast to control because the game just runs faster? I don't know. Okay. Yep. It does seem like a game that's really hard to catch up on, though. Wow, I can just not overtake this car. And they've got something on them that may not be good if I catch up and then just get demolished. Oh, yep, by little laser beams. I have my little laser, but it's really hard to like hit them without them just then smashing into you, but maybe that's part of the strategy there. Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, even with stuff like flying around, this is pretty consistent on the Analog 3D. Okay, I got a thing on me again. And I did manage to hit that. Oh, and then they hit me immediately back. Okay. This is Extreme G 1 comparison. And we have shown Extreme G2 in the past, so I will skip that one just because we have already seen it in a past stream. Okay. And we'll go from there. Okay, now the one I don't think we tested was Gex 3. So let's go quit this so it doesn't break the system again. I'll put in Gex just to make sure it's recognized. Okay, Gex is recognized. Unleashed, clean, integer. And then we'll leave that as is. We'll switch over to the N64 and boot up Gex 3. Okay, resetting that. We're setting this in the corner to say that this is original N64. And searching for Gex, GGG. Okay, we'll let this intro play for a minute. Okay. Gex 3 intro. Check. Are there any options? Oh no, that's, sorry. Controller pack is just that, so. You know, now I'm remembering maybe we did play a little bit of Gex 3. We'll skip these cutscenes and do something in here. Let's go to the North Pole. No fancy animation when you go in there. I guess let's do Evil Santa. Pretty choppy. It's apparent very quickly. Okay. Yep, this is all ringing a bell. This was all something that I remember talking about when we looked at this semi-recently. Reflections, impressive. Everything else, pretty rough. Oh, a little ledge grab with the tongue. That's kind of cool. It felt unexpected. It didn't feel like that was something I should rely on. But I'm... Okay, there seemed to be something. Like I have a tongue. Oh, okay, I just hit these back at Santa. Never mind. I thought that there would be something where I have to like catch the presents and then shoot them back, but no, I tail whip and that's it. Look at that. I was able to do something. And is there no move camera button? No, there doesn't seem to be. Fun. Is there truly no way to recenter this camera? Because the D-pad does my movement. The C-sticks are... Oh, sorry, you can do left and right. You just have to hold them for a second. I was just tapping. Can I ledge grab on here? Will you ledge grab for me? Nope. I thought that the present was somewhere up here, but maybe I'm... Hey, look, and you're just carving out your little statues? That's fun. Gex is not one I've heard a lot of people talk about in the same way that they talk about Croc. But maybe I'm just talking to the wrong people. I was not paying well enough attention when they showed me where that was located. Oh, that's it. Okay, okay. So this, right, I can turn the camera. It's very choppy. Thank goodness for that grab. Oh, please, no. Okay, well, there's the original N64. Let's switch back to the analog and see how that looks. I would assume much better because again, I think we played a little bit of this. So I'm just gonna get straight into the gameplay. I mean, even just these menus, it looks smoother. Okay, we're gonna go up. We'll do Santa, Evil Santa battle. So much smoother, almost like too jumpy, too smooth. Okay, holiday broadcast. Like, this is one of those where it feels like the game's running too fast because of how fast it feels. Yeah, and do Evil Santa. Like, even just look at that camera pan, that's so much better. This is a modern game. Fun little ice sculptures. We'll go over and battle Santa real quick. There we go. Blunted NYC says this looks way better. Yes, I totally agree. such a big improvement. I guess I'd be interested to play more. Like, if I spent more time with Gex, would this feel really good? Because right now the controls are so squirrely feeling. It does make me wonder, like, is it better with the D-pad? Is it better without the analog? Analog controls, sorry. Okay. The jump is also so tall. It's such a tall jump that lands really quickly. Come on, let's get up on the house. That it's a little odd to control. Also, these scare me. The fact that oh no. Okay, here, let me switch back to the D-pad. Is this like Croc in that the D-pad kind of feels better than using the control stick? And let me line up my jumps. This is probably the most important part. Still missed it, but thank goodness for that tongue. Come on. There, okay. Yeah, that's fine. I just want to see if on the Unleashed frame rate mode, can I actually complete one single Gex level. There we go, got up there. Now is this a huge pit or does it actually, yeah, it is a pit. Kind of hard to tell that it's a pit. Would have liked more notice. Okay. Up to this. Nice, one level of Gex down. Okay. What do we have another good comparison on? I would be interested, so this is one I picked up this weekend, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, and I would be interested to see how this compares, mainly because it's a later Tony Hawk game, so there would be more going on in the levels theoretically, so would it play or work better at all? Another one I had written down was Mischief Makers, that it actually runs pretty good on this, or is theoretical limit of hitting 60 or a high frame rate, so maybe that would be interesting to do as well, but I don't really know how to play that game very well, so I don't know if that's good to demo. All that said, let's switch back to the normal N64. Let's play a little bit Tony Hawk and then see what else we can do. Let's see, Extreme G to the side, Gex to the side. I will switch this to say original N64. I will go switch the cables. Okay. Reset the original N64. Go find Tony Hawk. And let's see. Expansion pack found. Correct. Controller pack. That's okay. I don't need to save. Yeah, let's play a level. This looks like a pretty smooth intro, other than those pauses. I wonder how that'll look on the Analog 3D, because Beetle Adventure Racing looks weird when it pauses mid-frame like that to like switch a scene. So I want to see a few more of these. At least in this little demo reel, though, this seems like this is a pretty competent port. Career mode, new game. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Okay. Boxes, skate, hidden tape. Wait, warehouse. This is Tony Hawk 3. Did this also just have all the... Oh, right. This is the control scheme where it is like your A, B, X, Y buttons from, or sorry, not A, B, X, Y. Your triangle, square, cross, all those buttons from PlayStation are mapped to the C buttons on the N64, and it is very odd to play. But you know what? It's still possible, and it doesn't feel bad. It just is strange looking. I'm so used to how this looks on like PlayStation that it's a little odd to see it running here like this. Wait, so this is... I didn't actually click on the wrong one, did I? On here? Because I should have my manual, right? And I thought so, well... Okay, I got tape. Yeah, save, sure. Nope, I booted up the wrong game. Well, that's what Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 looks like on here. I wanted to see 3, because I wanted to see this in a... Okay, THPS 3. Okay, I didn't realize they did the shortenings when I backed this up earlier. Okay, let's see what Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 looks like on the original N64. If there's not something corrupted about my backup. Huh, it didn't throw an error when I went through did it, so I assumed it was fine. But I guess it doesn't matter. I'm not doing these side by side. So here, let me just put the cartridges in. Okay, expansion pack found. Oh no, just continue without saving. That's fine. What a slow fade in there. It's like having to load a lot of stuff, or is there something weird going on to get this running? Okay, here we go. That looks a little choppy when I go airborne there. Just doing these hard cuts again. A lot of fog on display. Bunch of hard cuts. Oh yeah, what is it? Whoa, so much fog. You can't even see like the other side of that city course there. Or the other side of this of the actual warehouse you're in. Okay. Hey, but it has a little skate shop. That's all correct. Sure, let's just do Tony, Foundry. Yep, and controls seem very similar. But I should be able to... Oh, nope. Look at all that like extra garbage on the screen too, on the sides. I assume the analog 3D is largely like cutting that stuff out. Or I guess I don't have a hard enough crop on it on the Retro Tink. Oh, and right into there. Let's see, can I even remember where these are? Oh, right, there's the... Oh, I don't even have to like grind the valve, I just touch it? Is that what normally happens? And let's see if we can get... Oh, no, can't. Okay, let's just touch this valve then. Oh, okay, didn't touch that one enough. Come on, come on, come on. Run out of time. There we go. I wonder why those first couple didn't actually seem to require me to actually wall ride like you're supposed to. Okay. There we go. It does feel like super zoomed into the character. Like so close, and I'm not sure if that's to cut out more of what's going in the world around you. Oh, come on. Oh, no. Not good enough. It doesn't feel awful playing with the little C buttons. It just feels like they feel so small. It throws off the muscle memory a little bit, and it definitely doesn't run amazing. So let's see what it looks like on the Analog 3D Overclocked. Okay, oh right, and I didn't even have space on this to work with, so there's nothing to even do on that. Okay, switching over to Analog 3D. Okay, Pro Skater 3. Switch my controller. That's plugged in. I've changed the text on the side to say Overclocked Unleashed. We're configuring to clean integer unleashed. Okay. Sure. Expansion pack, continue without saving. Okay. Hey, is this the right? I just have the wrong setting configured in OBS. this sound better on the mic? Okay. Well, I hope that made my mic sound better. I don't know what, it seemed like it wasn't actually fixing the problem earlier. Wow, I should have done one more big test with this stuff. Did go through and unplug a lot of the like extra capture card stuff I had plugged in to try to get this to work, so maybe something like that was causing an interference with the audio, but hopefully that sounds a little better. And hopefully whenever it is that I stream next, this stuff will be saved and correctly done, so y'all don't hear a whirlwind. Oh. Okay, 4-4 valve, one last valve up here. And then let's see if we can get a high score. Can I also get skate? Is A on the rafters? Or was A over here? Yep, there we go. Or I also forget, this is early on. I don't have the 4 is when they added where you can mash the different grinds, right? Yeah, okay. Nope, definitely not getting a big high score on that one. Okay. Yeah, so that one, it definitely runs better and runs smoother in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, but it doesn't, that wasn't like extremely night and day. Like it still feels a little sluggish. And I guess it's been a while since I've gone back to try Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 on the PlayStation 1. So maybe this is to be expected. Not a bad port, but it definitely feels like it is. I feel like you get the feeling it's a port that it maybe wasn't meant for this originally. Especially on those later levels where we're seeing like the big fog and everything showing up. I guess that would be, let's try that. Let's end the run. Yeah, we'll improve this stuff. Upgrades. Speed. Yeah, we'll use the 1 point. We'll continue. Oh, I didn't unlock enough to go to the next level. I wanted to go to Canada. I need 2 more medals. 1 more goal for Los Angeles. Oh, the order of these is different than normal, isn't it? Let's see. Blended NYC says it sounds way better. I think your fans are in the background. That was one of the first thing I did was turn the fan off above me, and it didn't fix anything. So I don't know what. I know when I initially hooked this up, there was weird like interference. So I think that might have been it, but it could also be picking up the like light fans in the background that is in these key lights. So maybe that would be it. But I'm just glad it sounds better. I will have to like make sure all these OBS settings are saved because I think they got reverted when I was unplugging and replugging stuff earlier. But what were our goals in here? We need I only need 6 score, right? How close am I to that? 75. Oh, I'm pretty far from that. Yeah, 6 score is not happening with these stats and my skill level. We did get one more goal, so we should be able to see another level, I believe. Okay, okay. No, because we can't save. Level select, let's go to Los Angeles. Let's just see what a larger level looks like on this. Oh, come on. So much fog. And even in Unleashed, this runs so much slower than any Tony Hawk game I remember. I feel like they're all pretty snappy on PlayStation. I mean, unless I'm just completely rose-tinted goggles with the PS1 version, I just feel like they were really quick. Also, there is so much garbage on the side of the screen. And I don't think there's a way to... In display mode, I don't think I can do anything like integer plus, but that's even more like apparent. You can see just skate over there, just humming by the side. Interesting. Okay. Okay, that's Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. And then let me quit the actual cartridge. Set that to the side. Okay. So another one I was interested in. Let's see. I don't know if y'all have any other suggestions for things you'd like to see. Let me know. One that was mentioned was Tetrisphere. That this had some issues. So let me switch back to that original hardware just to get a comparison. Okay, Original hardware. Here is Tetrisphere. This one just seems so strange to me. I cannot imagine a Tetris game running badly. But I'm pretty sure that's what someone said. So we'll see. Okay, Tetrisphere. Let's just do single. Yep. I don't really remember what the different modes were, so we'll just do rescue. And I already got a skull. Okay. So it turns out I do not remember what the rules were. Oh, right. Okay. So I guess I have a morphing block now that can be anything. So I'll just put that on a place there. And then what else can be connected? Because I guess I just put these blocks directly on top of... Nope. Okay. I don't really remember the rules to this game. Yeah, we'll try again. Let's see if I can parse them out. So like, why is it because there have to be 4? If I place it here, it breaks through, it's fine. And look, I rescued in one thing. Nice job. Would the multiplayer run badly? What would run badly? Okay, I guess it's that I want to do 3 or more, because like I can't put it here and it doesn't highlight, so it must be when I'm gonna do a chain of like 3 or more in there. It only breaks 1 layer. That's fine, but I need another green layer. These only have... Okay, that gave me a 3rd. Can't break through that. I guess I can just... Oh, nope, because that didn't complete. It didn't give me 3, but now it can. There we go. There's a 3rd. Are you rescued yet? Yeah, you are. Okay. What could run badly in this game? I mean, that's it. Did I miss here? Were they talking about like wet tricks instead of this? Oh, and you can't even turn a piece. Wow. You're truly messing with the Tetris rules. Okay. Broke out a little bit. Not quite enough. I mean, it is nice that it constantly tells me whether or not it's going to create a connection, but... Okay. But I'm going to exit. If I go to, like, is there, like an attack mode or something like that? There's a versus, but is that going to... No, it's going to require 2 players, so... Oh, versus CPU. Let's see if this brings the frame rate down, because maybe we would have 2 globes at the same time. Yeah, it maybe does seem a little slower. Oh, no, it shouldn't have put that there. Basic there. Are we still trying to rescue people out of here? Oh, they're like dropping garbage blocks on me. I assume I'm still supposed to get to the center of the earth in this mode too. They're dropping stuff all over me. How do I do that? Okay. I mean, it seems like I've got like combos going or something, and that's helping me, but I can't tell. I'm not looking at the other player to know whether or not I'm doing any good stuff. And these like gray blocks of these completely like messed me up, or would these clear with more actions near them? I like the 3D aspect of this. This seems very cool, and it certainly does not really seem like Tetris at all, other than that it is a puzzle game. Okay, I have a rocket, which I just shot. Does that? Oh, okay, okay. Okay, so we both ended up with rockets, but oh, I just did a bad move again. Do we get rockets for doing combos? I've got no idea. I got no idea. Looks like they won. Okay. There's Tetris. Here. Switching over to the analog 3D. Let's just see. Like, surely this won't be night and day. It's just Tetris. Okay. Oh, it does not see this cartridge. Still unknown. I just played it on real hardware a second ago. What's... Oh, that's weird. Like you just loudly heard me take it out of that other cartridge. Okay. Let's remove all these. Can I play an unknown cartridge? Or will it show up as basically undetected? Seems to not recommend playing an unknown cartridge, so take that out. I guess I can run it off the summer card if I need to, but you just ran on real hardware. Is it just super, like it's created an, it's unknown enough that it keeps creating new cartridges for it. There we go, Tetrisphere. What a weird thing. Okay, Unleashed. Display mode, clean, integer. Here we go, Tetrisphere with vastly maybe improved performance. Hopefully. Is this still not booting? Okay, well. Nothing. Okay. Well, let's try this. Let's try just... Okay. I'm just going to use the summer cart and do that. I mean, this this maybe is a sign of like, you really need a flash card if you've got one of these, because even if you have the game, sometimes they won't run. Is that technically a win for software emulation and Mr. FPGA, that you just have a big collection of ROM files rather than this? I don't know. You can decide on that one. But it certainly is a little off-putting that that game just ran on real hardware a second ago and it's not being detected here, but... Okay. Tetrisphere, and then let's go straight to... First the CPU, because that seemed to be the thing that had some slowdown. And let's see how fast I can lose in this mode. Oh, I had to hit A. I'm sorry. I thought what a long loading screen, but it was just one that I had to hit something on. Let's see if I just spin around the world. Yeah, it seems faster. Would that affect this puzzle game? I don't think so. Is it definitely better? Yeah. I hate to say, but I mean, it's just a puzzle game. I don't think I maybe, unless you're going like really competitive with it and you do want the extra like frames, like this doesn't seem like it would be that big of a deal. Seems like one where I would be fine with a dip in performance, but maybe I am confused over like, why is this puzzle game getting a dip in performance? Oh nice, I can get away those garbage blocks. I just need to basically use them as part of the stack, seemingly, or be next to them when I do it. Okay. This is Tetrisphere. It does run better. Is it what we needed? Uncertain. Hey, it kind of looked like they had a big red warning on their side, so maybe I'm doing better because of the increased speed. I'm doing so good at Tetris. That seemed like a good match. There was like a lot of things that disappeared there. Since then, not a great one. That one was okay. I still don't fully, like, it seems like it's more adjacent. There's no like diagonals that seem to affect things. Yeah, things need to be like directly up, down, left, right. That doesn't connect to those other ones that were slightly offset at all. That was slightly offset. It is very particular. Oh no, I got hit too. Yeah, none of that connected because it wasn't fully in there. Uh-oh. I lost again. Faster than before. Okay. There's Tetrisphere. Quit this. Quit cartridge. Okay. this was another one I was interested in if it would, how this would play. I guess, I mean, we have played several racing games already. What did I need to set to the side? Tetrisphere. I'm done with that. That's been played. Out of my way. Oh wait. Well, what are we doing? Why am I thinking of playing that? Let's play. And I guess we should do the comparison, right? We should make sure it works on real hardware first. Yeah. Insert in the player 4 controller socket. Well, this is why you need a manual with this game, I guess. Please turn the power off. Confirm. I'll just hit reset. Will that work? Oh, it should. Okay. Okay. It surely has a mic testing mode in here or something. Wow. Always saw commercials for this. Never have tried it. And yeah, I guess no saved one here. The bedroom. But look, this is all through the RetroTink. Look at how crisp that text looks. Like, that's what impresses me about the S-video into this VGA-like input. It impresses me of how clear it looks for certain instances. Okay. So I'm still, Professor Oak is still interacting with me in here. That's the Pokey Helper, not the Pokedex. Oh, and it has like N64 buttons on it. Interesting. Is this in first person? I guess it would be in first person because I'm looking at Pikachu, right? Do I get to walk around? Just speak to that Pikachu. Face Pikachu, hold the Z button. Pikachu! Wow. This... Wait, he shook his head? Pikachu! What an interesting thing that it fills the bubble and then throws them like a... That was like a Pokeball. Hey, Pikachu! I'm the only one in this field, Pikachu. You're really not gonna look over here at me? What do you mean? Professor, I'm the only one here. Pikachu, over here. Hey, Pikachu, over here. Hey, Pikachu. Over here, Pikachu. Look at me. Oh, it finally noticed it. Okay. But I guess if you talk a little, it only fills up the ball a little bit. You have to keep launching it. It's weird to me how long Pikachu's arms are. Sorry, what am I doing for now? Hey, Pikachu. Pikachu? Are you doing good? Are you hungry? What do the other buttons do? Oh, okay. Professor barely taught me anything so far. But okay, sure. Okay, so the VRU does work on original hardware. That's great. I'm going to turn this off. And we're going to try it in Analog 3D because I would like to make sure that these accessories all work. I mean, we've gone ahead and tested in the past the little Game Boy adapter thing for this. And, you know, that actually might be it. Because do I have many other accessories? And I don't have a rumble pack that's name brand to try on here, but... Okay. And let's see. Oh, and I forgot to change that to original N64 earlier. I still haven't gone in to do the work to get this to show up as the summer cart, because apparently you can change the artwork. I'd seen several people on YouTube putting videos on how to set that up. And I still haven't seen if there's an update. Surely, hopefully sometime soon, there will be an update that shows that you can, in fact. Wait, did I change this? I don't know that I changed this to overclocked. I did not. Unleashed, clean, integer. Okay, there we go. But yeah, I would like to see them have it to where you could actually name these cartridges. That would be really cool to see. I wonder if that will actually happen. Because right now, putting the artwork, it seems like if you can put the artwork, surely it's detecting the cartridge enough for you to be able to put a name. But I don't know if that's some weird proprietary database naming system that they've got in place. It definitely runs faster. But did it need to? Probably not. It wouldn't have made that much of a difference. Okay. And we can probably skip through some of this text. Are these cutscenes even running faster? Kind of seems like it. It kind of seems like this is a game where it was meant to be run slower, and then you turn up the frame rate and it just runs faster overall. Hey, Pikachu! Pikachu, come here! Hey there, Pikachu! Okay, yep, I get it. Pikachu, over here! Hey, Pikachu, can you look over here? Come walk over here. Still puzzled. Again, why in a field of no one? Hey, Pikachu! Come here, Pikachu! Over here! Hey, Pikachu! No. Oh, it looked right past me, too. Nope. Almost again. Pikachu, turn around. Right behind you, Pikachu. Yep, right over here. Looking directly at me. Surely. Nope. Hey, Pikachu, right here. Right here, Pikachu. Yep, that's me. Come on, Pikachu. It did seem like it went to different areas. Didn't it hide behind a tree the first time? So I guess there is kind of like a little... Hey, Pikachu, how are you doing? Do you want to hang out or you want to turn around and walk away here in a second? What are the other actions that I'll be able to do, Pikachu? Okay. Sure. And now Professor Oak will tell me, don't feel bad. They sometimes walk off. What an interesting game. I guess this is Tamagotchi time. People like raising pets and everything, and Pokemon leads to that. Was this VRU used for any other game ever? Was this the only game that ever used it? Yeah, let me see one more thing I can do with Pikachu. Oh, what is that game in there? Can't tell what that's supposed to be. It kind of has like a red and blue label. Okay, I'm going to Viridian. Pikachu, wake up! Hey, Pikachu! Pika Pika!
Pikachu.
I mean, all the facial animations and stuff are fun. Pikachu's emotive. I mean, okay, those appear to the side, which means he wants to talk to you. Hey, Pikachu, good morning.
Pika.
Hey, Pikachu, good morning. How are you? Good to see you, Pikachu.
Pika, Pika, Pika.
Are you hungry? You want to go get some breakfast? I've heard of a really good brunch spot nearby. Okay. What are the interactions? Can I throw this ball? Or will I only use my voice? Will I hit a button on this controller other than... Okay, I can describe what the ball is. Okay, it does say throw it around and play catch, so surely there will be a play catch moment here in a minute. Okay. Pass me the ball, Pikachu. No, not at all. Oh, it highlighted throw it because I had to say throw it. Throw the ball. Well. Pikachu, what is it? Pikachu, hey, over here. Do I have to say its name? Also, what are these awful vines it came? What's up there, Pikachu? Yeah, what is it?
Pikachu.
Oh, those looked like human hands. That was... Okay. You want me to grab it? Or where did that come from? Guess the name of the item. Apple.
Pikachu.
Is Pikachu teaching me how to speak and not the other way around? Because I should know what an apple is, right? I guess this is just very suited to little kids, and that's the point of this. But this almost is coming across like a Pikachu teaches you how to speak and less of a hang out with Pikachu. Goodbye, Pikachu. I was even... Goodbye.
Pika, pika, pika.
See you tomorrow.
Pika.
Goodbye.
Pikachu.
Okay, I can see some limitations with the mic. It is having some trouble understanding me, that's for sure. Bye, Pikachu. It was great hanging out. That's fun. Really has some like human looking legs when it races up there. It's a little strange seeing Pikachu walk like that.
Pikachu.
Okay. This almost feels like a... This feels like a kids yell at the screen type of TV show where they say like, where's the dog? And then the little dog is hiding in the corner and then the kids yell where the dog is. And then that's kind of like it. It seems like that is the whole game. Oh my gosh. This is what I want. This is like the befriend a cat and they come hang out afterwards. Okay. Pikachu, I'm sorry. I've got to quit this cartridge. And I will unplug the ERU and take this off my controller. Okay. And let's see. We did have some things that people were wondering about that are on here. And we can see if this works. I couldn't get it to before, but I did try one other thing. I think this is... Oh, and I may have done it wrong. You may have to say that's an 8 meg cart. We'll see if it boots up or not. Seems to not have. So this is the thing. I've been trying to get some of these like ROM hacks ready, but options. Nope. Tabs. Start as settings. No, that's flashcard info. N64 info. Maybe that was an EverDrive type of thing, but I had seen some comments about that you want to have it in certain modes and do things, and that does not seem to be working. Okay. And then I also tried to load up this. The Portal 64 N64 version. Oh, what is options on this? We'll turn interlaced off because I don't want to see that. But would that be running at a higher resolution? I just don't want to see that. Okay. And then since we did that, I can go in display mode and do a stretch. Okay. Is this just the original game remade in here? I kind of thought this would be like new chamber. Well, it seems pretty accurate so far.
Hello, and again, welcome to the Aperture Science Computer Aided Enrichment Center. We hope your brief detention in the
This is the type of stuff that I'd like to see more of.
Your specimen has been processed.
Like let's get some stuff that is unique and different, and like let's see more little experiments on here. That'd be so cool to see. Even throwing around the little lamp and stuff, that's cool. I also can't hear Gladys if there's anything important I should be doing.
The portal will open in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, there we go. Wow. That's really impressive. I didn't know what corners would be cut, and it seems like not a ton. Okay. Still, the stick is a little hard to get used to. Oh, I'm just getting so mixed up with the controls, and I don't fully know why. Yeah, there we go.
Excellent. Please proceed into the chamber.
It is like pretty close to how you would expect a modern controller to feel, but I'm still having trouble.
This aperture science material.
I feel like sometimes I can't tell if I like or dislike the
any unauthorized equipment that
inverted. Oh wait, this is what I wanted to try because it seems to be a game that is benefits with 32-bit color off because it was doing all that weird banding on the door.
Please place the weighted storage cube on the 1500 megawatt Aperture Science Heavy Duty Super Colliding Super button.
Wow, it really is Portal. Oh. just when they're just, the portals are just rotating through, right? So, okay. I don't want to play a bunch of this because I kind of thought it would have like unique N64 puzzles, but it's literally just a remake of Portal 64, which is very, very cool. But I don't know really what I was expecting. It seems to run fine. It is like a little slow pace, but I don't know if that gets faster when you get the guns and like building up momentum, what that will feel like. Oh, come on. Wow, I am not getting used to these controls. Please, please.
Perfect.
That's done, so I should
Please
be able to
move quickly
leave.
the chamber lock, as the effects of prolonged exposure to the button are not part of this test.
There we go. Oh, I wish I could walk faster. Well, maybe I don't, because I also have been walking really fast into like walls and knocking things over.
You're doing very well. Please be advised that a noticeable taste of blood is not part of any test protocol, but is an unintended side effect of the Aperture Science Material Emancipation Grill, which may, in
This is the one
semi-rare
where it's just a
cases,
rotating gun.
emancipate dental fillings, crowns,
This is
tooth
very
enamel, and
impressive.
teeth.
I'm not gonna play much more of that. Okay, and I think I was able to, I thought I got a Portal Sonic. Oh, this. Mario 64 60 FPS plus widescreen. Will this work? Oh, it's still doing a weird thing with the video. Does it do anything if I turn off the Unleashed mode? But this could very much be my fault for not having patched these ROMs correctly. That's not right. I shouldn't play the old... Huh. Interesting. Yeah, that's stuff I haven't seen before. But again, I could have really bungled these ROMs, and it's not set up well. Like I didn't do it right. Like Super Mario Odyssey. Okay, this one seems to be beating. I don't know if this has any improvements or things that are better. So far, it looks like the same. I don't really know what the Odyssey mod is supposed to do. And the Mario 64 60 FPS mod would freeze while rotating around the castle, so this has gotten further, but I have no idea if this is changing anything, adding performance improvements in addition to something else. I also really thought that a Odyssey mod would start different. Oh, but look, your hat's there. Surely this is not just a mod that has the hat, and that's it. Oh. Wait. It does work. But how do I come down? No idea how I was supposed to control Lakitu. That's surprising. Okay. Do they have levels designed around that ability? Or is it just a fun little thing to do? Guess we'll find out. Wait, can I... What is this for? Okay, let's go to the first level and see what this changes. But hey, look, this one runs. This one I either patched or did something right on. Okay. Can they do anything though? I don't know that... Like Odyssey, everybody had a different little ability. But I can't even jump with a lot of these. I think this is just a joke, right? This is not like... I mean, that's cool that I can lurch at things, but I can't do anything with it. Huh. What an interesting mod. And I'm sorry, I can't become these boulders, but I can become a sign? That feels like a ripoff that I couldn't become the boulders. And yeah, I think these other ones are like pretty small. There's this one which seemed interesting that was supposed to be just like enhanced Mario Kart. Mario Kart 64. I'll say yes. What is your current aspect ratio? I mean, currently, well, let's try to do it 16:9. And then let's change the display mode. Well, that doesn't seem right. Quick settings, 16:9. That doesn't seem to change it. Does that change it when I get into the game, though? Let's just... Oh. Let's say 16:9. Sure, we'll see the inputs. And let's just play a match and see if it stretches out here. Oh, balloon mode, elimination mode. That's fun. Those extra options in there. No extra characters though. There's a random. Brand cup. Cheats are off. Oh, you can switch between the... Okay. It does seem pretty fast. They moved up to there. Oh wow, they're 3D now too? Okay, that's really cool. I also like that you can see the input display up above. That's a pretty neat feature. And it does seem like it's actually switched into the... Wow, this looks so much better when they're 3D characters. That's so cool. It does seem like they've actually switched into 16:9 mode now. Like the portraits on the side seem square. Your characters don't seem stretched out at this point. This is really cool. Yeah, I would love to play more mods like this. I'm just very new to the N64 mods and how those get applied and how you create the new ROMs and everything. So probably messing a lot of stuff up and probably not knowing where to get the actual good working files from, or maybe I just have the wrong variation of things in there. Oh, and the shells were typically, weren't those just 2D images normally? And now they're all 3D? That's really impressive. And this runs really smooth. Also, there's Wario there. Where was the extra... Wait, is Wario always in here? Yeah, maybe confused there. Oh, and it displays the big sparks out to the side there. That's really cool. Can't remember what that looked like on the typical cards, but that looks like a different asset. Also, them adding in the Diddy Kong Racing tracks into this, doesn't that just prove that Diddy Kong Racing is the better racer? I would think so. Wow, even the little animations for Yoshi. Really cool. That's super impressive. Okay, that one's neat. Let's see, some other ones that people were interested in. Let me go back into here. I don't have a ton of time left to do the comparisons. Let's see. We could do one I just picked up, and that might be something interesting. We'll see if it's readable as well. And do one last side by side. There we go. Monaco Grand Prix. Let me go ahead and configure these settings. Miniature Unleashed. And then let me switch over to the real N64. And we will boot this one up. Oh, I need to change that text, don't I? Yep. I will reinsert the summer cart. Uh-oh. Okay, so that's working. Well, we might be at the end of the stream then, because I don't know why the summer cart's not reading on the... Huh. Let me put in Monaco Grand Prix directly. Start it up. That doesn't seem great. What was the game we just ran in here? Tetrisphere? Same thing. Uh-oh. That doesn't seem like a great thing. Okay, where's another cartridge that we did confirm work? Like Extreme G. Could it be an issue with the... It doesn't seem like it'd be an issue with the retro tank because it would be... I would think it would be displaying out something different, but... Huh. Does that slightly worry me? Why this N64 is not seemingly displaying out video anymore? Yep, it sure does. Okay, I've restarted the retro tank. Let's see if we can get... Okay, there we go. There's Extreme G. Okay. Put Monaco back in. Ah, just scary things with real hardware, I guess. Okay. Yeah, this is one I picked up the other day. I don't know much about it, other than it seems to be an F1 game. But you know what? I was really surprised by World Driver. We might as well look at it. Car handling. I'm gonna be so bad at simulation. I'm interested to see what it, I guess, is like. Single race. Race. Okay, sure. Don't have it. Oh, whoa, is this a... Like the wheels are 3D, but the interior of my car is just like PNGs layered over, like semi-transparent PNGs. Can I... Uh-oh. Can you brake your wheels and vehicle in the simulation mode? Or does it just make it more difficult? I'm also surprised is there not a... Oh. Wow, that was pretty rough. Oh, I can view from outside the car. And that is fully 3D at that point. I've already gotten a yellow flag. And look, hey, stuff got on my tires. Look, my tires are grassy. If I go over here, they're muddy. Do they wear all... Okay, done horrible so far. I am surprised that they're... I would have thought they'd have you shifting. Oof. But it seems to be doing some auto shifting for me. I do have the ability. But it is doing a lot of auto shifting for me, so I guess that's not part of the simulation. It's more of how the cars control, I guess. And I... This is another one of the just, like, yeah, I didn't really know simulation games existed on N64 because I'm so used to only playing like arcade party games. But wow, the performance does get pretty rough. Oh no, oh no, no, no. Does have some cool effects, I guess. Like, and then like the simulation aspects are kind of interesting, but it does seem really bare bones. But it has all that car customization stuff. Just like visually, it does not look very impressive. And that was my pit back there, which I think I was probably supposed to, but I don't know if I need to like call it in. That's how this works, right? I think there's something about that. Also, these darker lines supposed to be like my race line too for me to follow. Is that some way that they show that? If so, that's kind of a cool, kind of seems to be. That's kind of a cool feature of like, oh, we don't have like race lines you turn on and off, but we kind of have them set on the course for people to learn that way. Okay. Well, this may not have been the most exciting one to end on. I'm sorry. Okay. Let me turn off original N64 because we're done with that, and hopefully it continues working in the morning. I'm a little scary that that had weird output issues at the end. And then we'll switch this over to say that it is the analog. Yeah, and I accidentally turned off the console in between this. Okay, Overclock Unleashed, display mode, integer. Let's see what this looks like. Do we see any improvement? Okay, we'll go back to simulation. And there weren't any, no, not that I can see. Single race, we'll just race. Forecast is good. I mean, it is like, yeah, this type of stuff is cool to see that there are. Whoa. Okay, so this is what you would get out of this game. And that is cool. So it is doing some cool simulation stuff for people who like that. This looks largely the same. These just being images is so funny to me. Even, yeah, even the lights up there too. Let's see. I feel like it got kind of chunky when you had all these cars in the lineup here, so it certainly does seem smoother. If I zoom out the camera, that also seemed to slow things down a little bit, but That seems better. Yeah, this seems to get a nice boost with overclocked. Especially, you don't want things to like really slow down. Whoa. Okay, there was some slowdown there. When that big spray went up, for sure. Can I use a D-pad too? Nope, cannot. Yep, I'm no good at this, but... Overclocked is a nice little frame rate boost. It feels smoother to me. And I am kind of like it feels like a simulation racer. It feels like I need to be serious and need to take these turns seriously, and I'm not. And that is affecting what this looks like. Am I supposed to be on this secret area here? Is this to pit? Sure, let's do soft. And give me all the gas. Doesn't that like weigh me down? Do you have to do anything in the pit? Oh, look at these, and these are all just images of dudes too. Oh, it shows how much time I'm taking for that. Okay. Yeah, this is cool. I didn't think they would have gotten this detailed at this point in time. I thought this would have been like a PS2 kind of thing, but I guess Gran Turismo was also running around the same time. And so were several other F1 games. Oh, I'm so bad at that front turn, but okay. There's me spinning out again. Oh, ideal track. Is that... Does that take that away? Yeah, it does. You can see it on the right side there. It darkens and shows that is the like kind of racing line thing. That I really like. That's a cool way to show it. It is not the little red arrows coming up and stuff. It just looks like more natural, like you would normally see this wear in the course, rather than it being some HUD element or something. But that's cool. Okay.